you just got to take 60 seconds. What does that mean? Well, as I would ride around in my truck and I would go make sales calls, one of the biggest things that happened was I often would get pulled one way or another. My office would call, service tech would call, customer would call, credit department would call. The problem is oftentimes I would find that I would forget things. Now, the biggest thing you can do is sales reps often would justify what got forgotten with that it wasn't a priority. And the truth is you got to make everything a priority. So what does take 60 seconds mean? I literally had a sticker in my truck right above the radio, and it said, take 60 seconds. And the reason why it said take 60 seconds is because when I would jump in my truck, and before I even started putting it in drive, I would look at that note and I would grab my notebook, I would grab my CRM, I would grab my notepad, I would grab whatever it took, and I would sit down and I would write down or enter in my action items. Now, oftentimes people walk in and they're like, hey, I went by and I saw Bob and Bob wasn't in his office, so no need to write an action item because Bob wasn't there. Here's a great one that you can do. Ask the receptionist, is there a better time than others to see Bob? And maybe he or she will know when is the best time to go see Bob. And you add that in your notes for Bob. So when you sit there and you start looking through all of the material, it's crazy when I jump in with reps and they get going on their day. And I said, hey, I noticed you didn't take any notes. No, I remember it all. No, you don't. And the way I can tell is because when I get to the end of the day, I said, what are you doing about this, that, and the other thing? And they're like, when? What? How? I'm like, exactly. Take 60 seconds, write down action items, write down things you learned, make it a culmination, a gathering of your entire day. So when you get to the end of the day, you've made progress. It's huge. So before you put it in drive, make sure you know what's driving your numbers. Make sure you have action items. If somebody mentions a birthday, if somebody mentions a new job starting, if somebody mentions, oh yeah, we've got no work right now. Next job we have won't start until October. Perfect. Put in your calendar to follow up with that person in September so that you make sure you're an asset and you don't just check them off and forget all about them. Because after 4 months goes by, you may forget to follow up in September. And guess what? The rep that does gets all the money. So I hope that helps you all out. Make sure to write in your truck. Take 60 seconds. Take the time to put it in and take the time to make the money that you need to make by being organized. Have an amazing day. Know that I appreciate y'all. I hope you have a great week selling. And if there's anything I can do for you and your team, do me a favor, reach out to me and give me a call. I would love to help you and your team be their absolute best. Take care.